Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Coach, thank you. Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Kamara off the draw. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Hey, Delta. Check 53. Check. Mike, 53.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
First down, Detroit. Hey, me. Under 10. Kill. Omaha, remove. 25.
Stafford on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Duke Riley. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Stafford. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
General West.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Noah Fant, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now Stafford. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Drill right, 22. Hey, high 7.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Elliott on for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now, looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and the lead will stay put at 17. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for them to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
Touchdown, Detroit! A big play there. 84 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Boy, still a half-plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. 280! Sunday!
Yo! Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check.
You draw Corker. Here.
Alert flare.
Lynch.
Check 31.
Lynch by 2. Lynch by 7.
Alert 3. Check.
No.
He's crashing.
Wait,
On first down, Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the red zone now, Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but For the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. Stafford. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. From midfield now on 2nd down. Stafford, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
It's a big play there for the Eagles. 44 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Pilot, 64,
Working from the gun, Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Hey, 22!
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Stafford now to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Double right.
Let's go.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Now it's Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That's set. Waiting. Monday.
Get that ball, Dean. Get that ball. Check three. Check. 53.
21.
53. Here we go.
Third and long. It's Stafford. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
Bravo. Hey. Check 547.
So they will go for it. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jannard Avery. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go. 180. Sunday. Let's go.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Greystone, Travis.
Check 4.
List 5-7. Hey, exit.
To throw, it's Wentz. He completes this into the hands of Miller. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. I love that play because in the snow you think run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Black.
Wentz now on first down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let him know.
6-6. Bullet high.
Check. Fresno. Mike.
Wentz to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Doug Pederson keeping the offense on the field. They're going on fourth down.
Here we go. Waiting.
Watch the pass.
Bang. Other side, solid. Check 61, matchbox lights.
Wentz going to go on fourth down. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Escape situation. Let's go. Check three.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Wentz now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 3.
Hey, ram. Here,
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Showing it.
Great 15.
Hey, check 24.
Run.
Kill.
Now Wentz. Being chased out left. He's going to take a shot right away for the... And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
50.
He's checking. Crash.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Yellow lady!
We want it. Come to my world.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Stafford. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Check 32.
We own it.
Hey, Echo.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw is Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He finds an opening past the 40. The end result, 21 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. Wentz now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. A throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
No. Shorty.
Check the backer.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Flush to his right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken very short.
Let's go, boy, bring it up.
At their own 18-yard